Hello, hello. Hello, internet world. So glad to have you here this evening. Welcome, welcome. All right, there we go. We have some people hopping on. So glad to have you guys. Welcome. Yay! It's Friday. Weather's starting to get nicer. I hope you guys are all starting to get outside, get some extra vitamin D. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to say hello in the comments. Hi, Leah. Good to see you. It would probably help if I put my mic on. How's that? Is that better? All right. Welcome. Yay. Welcome, welcome. All right. Oh, thanks, Colette. Yes, I've got the pregnancy glow. Whoa. Second trimester. Yep. Baby number 2 coming soon. All right, everyone. Well, thank you guys for showing up this Friday. What I would like to work on is kind of a topic, and I'm not sure how the title really plays out, but life after COVID. Because who knows if this is the end or just the beginning. What I do know is that we have been through a lot of changes over the past year, and that not only you personally have probably been through a lot of changes, but as a culture, as a world, as a society, we've been through a lot of changes. And now that we're going to go through potentially another change with summer coming and mask restrictions being lifted, how do you want to navigate the changes for yourself? How do you want to choose your new normal? What part of your previous pre-COVID life do you want to keep? What do you want to let go of? What parts of your COVID life do you want to keep? What parts do you want to let go of? And how do you navigate all of that? So that's what we're going to be working on today. And before we get started, as I've been meditating on this topic, really there's 3 key points that I think are super important. And it's not only important for right now with regards to navigating post-COVID changes, and also with regards to just navigating life in general. Okay, so 3 main points that I think are super important for us all to be aware of and to keep in the forefront is that number 1, change is the constant. It is a constant. There's always going to be change. If you're not changing, there's probably something wrong. Okay, so change is always going to be happening. Okay, change is the constant, so let's just make that the normal. Let's normalize change. All right, from there, recognizing that really you can only control yourself. Okay, you can only change what's going on within yourself. You can change your perspective, you can shift your energy. From there, you might be able to create some sort of ripple effect to change the world or the people around you. But don't hold that as an expectation. Don't hold that as like a need, all right? Just hold that kind of loosely as like, oh yeah, I know that when I do my work, I know that that's going to affect others and create a nice ripple effect out into society, out into my community, out into my family. But really keeping the focus on this is what I can control. My universe, my body, my aura bubble, my space, the energy within it. This is what I have say over first and foremost. And so when navigating any new change in life, really keeping that in mind, okay? Especially right now, because there's so many changes going on with everyone around us. And, do I wear a mask? Do I not wear a mask? Do I get vaccinated? Do I not get vaccinated? How do I manage some of the things that are happening in the world right now? We've got Israel and Palestine, and, there's just always so much going on, and really just recognizing, okay, here is what I can manage. If I get kind of busy out here, that's where I'm going to start to lose control. That's where I'm going to start to feel like I'm going crazy. That's where I'm going to have doubt or uncertainty about my choices. That's where I'm not going to know what to do. Okay, so it's really about recognizing, okay, this I can do something about. Okay. And then from there, because, yeah, there's all sorts of things happening out there in the big world, right? And you may not agree with some of it. Then you have to really start to come to terms with, well, okay, if I just take a deep breath in, let me just have it be my mantra that everyone is doing the best they can. Like, really, really, okay? Everybody's doing the best they can with the information they have. And everybody has different levels of information. Everybody has different levels of consciousness. Everybody's different. Everybody's so unique. And if you really just navigate life and all of the changes that are going on and that will be happening and that are going to continue to happen, because change is a constant, right? And if you just hold on to that, well, okay, everyone's doing the best they can. Even that person that I totally disagree with over there, that I wish they weren't doing this, or that person, I wish they were wearing a mask, or I wish they weren't wearing a mask, or I wish they were vaccinated or they weren't, or all of those things, or I wish this wasn't happening in Israel, right? All of those things, if you can just sit back and try to have it be the mantra, okay, everyone's doing the best they can. Everybody's doing the best they can with the information they have. It may not be the same information as yours, but if you can really just kind of take a step back, I can control what's going on here. I can't control what's going on out there. You're going to start to have a lot more peace. It actually reminds me of this one graduation we had here at the Institute, where one of the students said something super beautiful. And just a little bit of a preface. Here at the Institute, we teach a lot about space, and you put yourself into a bubble, you put yourself into an aura bubble, and that becomes your personal space, right? And we teach students how to really be in their own space. And so when I say you can only control what's in here, I don't only mean your body, I mean what's also in your aura bubble. So part of the practice here is to put yourself in your own bubble, put yourself in your aura bubble, and maintain your aura bubble as your space, your personal vibration that you set up just for you. And at this graduation, she said, I spent my whole life trying to put everybody else into bubbles. And all I had to do to have less stress, less anxiety, better health in my life was just to put myself in a bubble. Who would have thought? Okay. So please remember, you can only control what's going on in here, and then just give lots of grace to those people that are out there. Everybody really, really is doing the best that they can. Everybody has different opinions of what they think the best is. All right. So the world would be a boring place if everybody thought the same way, right? This is what makes things so exciting, right? This is why you chose planet Earth. Okay. As always, feel free to put comments or messages on the side. Of course, I totally forgot about those up until now, so I will be kind of checking out what you guys are typing as I multitask and try to lead you guys through some, wise thoughts and hopefully a very nice meditation this evening. All right. Anna wrote, this is more of what we need, actual normalization of our craziness that we are all feeling and experiencing. Yes. The word crazy, let me just highlight that for a moment because I had that on kind of some of my sub notes and wasn't sure if it was going to be the right vibe to bring that to today's conversations. But let me first just define what crazy means, okay? In case you've ever been called crazy, all right, which I'm sure you have, you're probably not crazy, you're just psychic or very sensitive to energy. But what crazy means, when somebody says you're crazy, what they're saying is that my truth or how I see things, my perceptions of things, don't line up with how you see things. Okay? That's simply what that means. Okay? So if you take all the charge out of crazy, all right, because it can, if you keep the charge in crazy, it can put you into a tailspin, it can make you experience hysteria, right? If you call somebody crazy, I mean, that's definitely the easiest way to try to control them by putting them into a bit of a tizzy by sending them that energy, right? But for you guys, right, who I consider my A team, all right, those of you who are working on your consciousness, working on your awareness, when somebody calls you crazy or you start to feel crazy, you might have the thoughts running in your head, I'm crazy, I'm crazy. You're picking up on the vibe of those around you that maybe you are a little bit crazy. No matter how it comes in, whether somebody says it to you out loud or not, just breathe, go neutral, kind of find your chill, and just say to yourself, oh, they're just saying that my perception of how I see things or reality for me doesn't line up with theirs. Cool. All right. If that's what you want to call me is crazy because we don't align on those levels, that's fine. To each their own. Remember, number 3, everyone's doing the best they can, including you. Okay? Including you, you're doing the best you can too. Right? All right. Vengeance energy. All right. Yes, Julia, another great way to work with that crazy energy is to just own it. Yes. Why, thank you. I am crazy. And I will show you what crazy looks like. No, just joking. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Let's go ahead and do some work. So if you would, go ahead and put your feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes and breathe. Say hello to your body. Just check in with how your body's feeling today. If there's any place in your body that's needing some attention, needing some love, in whatever way that you like to do that in your own meditations, in your own spiritual practice, go ahead and do that. Just send your body some love, some attention, some care. And then from there, just tuning into your body, I'd like you to say hello to Mother Earth. We are earth beings here on the planet. We live here, we cohabitate with her. It's always good to stay in communication with Mama Earth. So just say hello, hi Mama Earth. Thanks for supporting me. And in whatever way it is that you like to get connected with her, go ahead and do that. Whether it's through a grounding cord or any other way that you like to connect, go ahead and do that. Allow Mother Earth to really support you. Excellent. One of the vibrations that I really like to set in every class here at the Institute and every event is the vibration that I call heaven on earth, where you get to, in the body, right now in the moment, be the union of heaven and earth, right? And it's so simple. It's not any big rocket science of a task that you have to do, right? You just connect to Mama Earth and then connect to the heavens. And today, the way I'd like you to do that is by connecting to a vibration that I call the Supreme Being. Some people call that energy God, Allah, Source, Universal Life Force energy, whatever it is for you. A lot of people haven't heard the word Supreme Being, so I like to use that word because then I can redefine it as a vibration of an ever-present, all-knowing vibration or energy that's looking out for everyone's best interest, and that's on everyone's side. It's a beautiful energy. To me, it's one of the most neutral vibrations. It's the most amused, fun vibration. If I need a good dose of joy, Supreme Being's got an abundance of that for me. So if you would, I'd like you to connect in whatever way works for you with the Supreme Being. You can say hello. One of the ways that I like to do it, that I'm going to encourage you all to do this evening, is to imagine a gold beam of light coming down from the Supreme Being and connecting right into the top of your head, where you're just kind of plugged right into the Supreme Being. And that's just going to create this beautiful gold flow through your body, illuminating you, making you bright and shiny. This is you working from the light today, being in the light. When you hear of people having near-death experiences and they go towards the light, here's the light. And just take a moment and relish in that gold light. Relish in the vibration, your connection with the Supreme Being. It's so unique to everyone. Notice if it makes you slow down or it makes you feel more flowy. Maybe you start breathing differently. Maybe your body starts to relax. And as you receive this golden energy, let it be a validation where the Supreme Being is just going to shower you with tons and tons of validation right now. Validation for who you are, where you've been, where you're heading. And as the Supreme Being showers you with that energy, I'd like you to just allow that to encourage your mind to start to think of all of the ways that you've changed over the past year, all of the ways that you're different, and start to let that open up your mind to your own self-validation. What have I learned? How have I grown over this past year? Maybe, like a lot of people, you've learned how to bake sourdough. Or maybe now you are a better gardener. Maybe because of COVID, you did more research and you started implementing ways to boost your immune system, to keep yourself healthy. Maybe you learned a new skill over this last year. Maybe you just really slowed down. I know for me, I've really enjoyed having less to do, less social engagements, less dinners out, or less activities that I've had scheduled. It's been a really nice time to just kind of rein it in and to recognize what's really important to me. And to some degree, for me, I've just become okay and pretty content, pretty happy actually with way less. So start to go within as you receive this golden validation from the Supreme Being and validate yourself. How have you changed? Now, again, remember, change is a constant. Change is just always going to be happening. And the easiest way to move through change is to validate where you're at. I always say that nothing changes without validation, right? So if you really, really want a big change or change something in your life or create something new in your life, you do have to validate where you are. You have to be cool with that, right? But as a general practice, because things are changing all the time, and right now there are some very big changes with the CDC mask requirements changing, right? Everybody's a little bit in confusion. What do we do? Remember that you're going to glide through the change a lot easier if you can just validate where I'm at. It could be, whoa, they just changed this mask requirement and I'm freaked out. Or I'm just going to validate that. Or wow, I'm really confused. I don't know what to do. Let me validate that. Wow, I'm in a lot of judgment around what people are doing or what people are choosing or the decision that was made or how lawmakers are handling it, how my neighbors are handling it. Just validate where you are. Just see if you can just be in that space of validation. And as you do that, see if you can always also be in a space of validation for those around you. How have the people around you changed? How has your community changed? Although it's been pretty intense, one of the outcomes of this year that I'm absolutely loving, because I'm a healer, is that so much has been uncovered around what we need to heal, at least in this country, if not in other countries. There's a lot to heal. There's a lot of old wounds, past wounds to heal socially. There's a lot of new changes that hopefully are going to be coming as a result of this new cultural awareness. Yes, I hear some of you guys, it's a long time coming, that's true. But COVID had such a beautiful way of getting this to just kind of bust wide open, to really put it in everybody's face, right? If everybody was still super busy, running around, doing this, doing that, they wouldn't have had time to notice, hey, there's some things that are really messed up and we need to create some change. We need to create some movement. One of the other ways that I have been really just thinking is so cool is that flu cases went down significantly. Some are saying we may have even eradicated the flu as a result of wearing masks and social distancing. That's kind of cool. Right? Who would have thought that something cool like that would come out of a pandemic? And yeah, validation doesn't also mean that you think it's cool, right? It's just kind of being with the suchness of things, right? Right now, again, we're right back again with more conflict. Israel and Palestine, again, right? All right, well, let's just validate that that's happening. We have more confusion again around masks, what to do. That's happening. Yeah. Yeah, nothing changes without validation. So just let that golden energy just flow into your body, infusing any spaces that need validation with this golden light. Remember your legs, your toes, your feet. They need validation too. Excellent. And breathe. And just keep that connection with the Supreme Being. I'm working with the Supreme Being to really just hold you all in a nice healing state, where that Supreme Being is just going to give you a healing on whatever it is that we're working on or what I'm bringing up as we work together today. So you got to validate where you're at to be able to glide through change. Change is a constant. It's here to stay till you die. Well, and then there's still going to be lots of changes then too. So just change. This is why at the Institute we learn how to master change. We learn how to navigate what I call a growth period. Okay, growth is essentially change. But if you will, there's a lot of people asking the question, well, how do I navigate this new change? Because there isn't a lot of great guidance, or maybe you don't trust the guidance, or maybe you do, and you also want to be cognizant of those around you, right? How do I navigate all this? What do I do? And it could be mask mandates, vaccines, travel. It could be what kind of friends or social engagements do I want to keep and I don't want to keep as things start to open back up for right now. And the biggest vibration that seems to be super popular right now is the vibration of fear. Fear, very popular, very contagious vibration right now. Okay. And if you will, fear on a mechanical level, on a spiritual mechanical level, if you take all the drama out of fear, just like you take all the drama out of craziness, it's just we don't align. That's all that crazy means. Okay. But if you take all of the charge out of the energy of fear, okay, mechanically, all it is it's you as a soul, you've left your body. Okay? And generally you're in fear because you've left your body into the future and you're concerned about what's going to happen next. Okay? It could be concern about, will I get COVID? Will I get have various effects from the vaccine? Will I be shunned because I don't want to go on as many social engagements now? Whatever the fear is, mechanically you go into the future. Now, when you leave your body, when a soul is not in the body, the very natural response for the body is to create a vibration of fear. Okay? And the body will go, whoa, you left me. Come back. I'm afraid. I need somebody in here. Hello? Don't ditch me. Okay? So the body will start to kick on in a cortisol adrenal response, whether it's mild or really big, when you leave your body. Okay? So fear is a simple mechanic. You've left your body into the future because of something that you're concerned about, right? And then that has your body panic because it has no driver, it has no owner. Okay? Reminds me very much of my dog. Right? When I leave, he gets very sad and upset. He cries a lot, he freaks out, he's in a bit of anxiety because he needs his mama around, right? I call him my Velcro dog, right? But he goes into a fear response. Right? Same thing, your body will naturally do that because the owner, you, is not in the body. So with regards to navigating these changes, how do I proceed? What do I do? Do I wear a mask? Do I not wear a mask? Do I get a vaccine? Do I not get one? Do I give a healing for the Israelis or the Palestinians? Who do I give healings to, right? What side do I take, right? Is there even a side? All of the confusion. When you start to feel yourself in a bit of a tizzy and the adrenals start to kick on, cortisol levels increase, that is the moment that you want to say, all right, come back to me. I'm going to come back to myself. Okay? Now, for those of you guys who take classes here, that means come back into your body, into the center of your head. But if you're not taking classes here, that just means whatever your practice is for being more embodied. Okay, it could be wiggling your fingers and your toes. Can you feel your legs? It could be a yoga pose. It could be going out for a run or a hike. The more that you can be in tune, in phase with your body, the less fear that you're going to be in. And from there, your body's really going to inform you around what your next steps are. How do you want to proceed? Right? If you're in the fear, in some anxiety because you just got invited to a party and you haven't been to a gathering, a social gathering in over a year, right? And you're not sure what to do, that anxiety is not going to help because that's you you've left the body, right? And that's just going to put you into more fear, into more hysteria, into more confusion, right? You come back to your body, take a deep breath in, slow your breathing, stretch. For students here, come into the center of your head, wiggle your ears, land, let your body calm. And then from there, the answer will come very easily because your body is going to be all in joy, like, oh, yay, you came back, you're back, right? And then from there, then it's really easy to start to navigate, well, what is it that I want to do? Okay, recognizing that you choose in every moment what it is that you want, right? Maybe you choose a day before that you're going to go to a gathering, and then that day you decide, I'm not going to go to that gathering, okay? Or maybe you're about to go into a store and you're feeling uncomfortable about people not wearing masks, right? And maybe you kind of get there with your mask and you stay with your body, stay with your body, stay with your body. Your body is going to give you some alarm bells and it's going to say, time to leave, or you shouldn't go in there as you approach. Okay? But if you're not in your body and everything is kind of an alarm bell going on, it's hard to really tune in and know what's going to keep your body healthy, what's going to keep you safe, what's going to keep you mentally and emotionally sane if you're not in your body. Okay, so if you guys would, just go ahead and let the Supreme Being give you a healing on wherever you leave your body, wherever you abandon yourself. Abandon yourself because you think that's what you're supposed to do to know how to secure your future or what your next steps are. Where you've just been overly conditioned to be in fear or worry or concern. And to see if you can have the Supreme Being keep you in the light, infuse you with more light, really creating more space for you to be in your body, be with yourself, in tune with yourself. I am my best ally. I'm on my side. I've got my back. I'm going to be really listening so that as I go through my day, I'm with myself. I'm not in this constant perpetual fear vibration. That way, then when you're walking through life in your body, in joy, right? And your body, an alarm bell goes off, then you go, oh, I can trust that. Now I can trust that. Oh, yes, I'm not going to go do that. Or I'm not going to participate in that, right? But most people, because fear is such a popular vibration, they've always got this mild level of hysteria, where the body's shooting off the alarm bells. And it's a simple mechanic. It's like, hey, come back, come back. Where'd you go? I'm all alone down here, right? And if you're with your body, when an alarm bell goes off, that's when you can trust it. Good. The other thing is when you're in your body, when you're with your body, the cool thing that I find happens is that no matter what choice I make, I know that I'm going to be able to handle it because I'm with my body, right? If I leave my body, if I've left the building, right, then it's kind of a crapshoot. Am I going to be able to handle it or not? Because I'm not in the driver's seat of my body. I'm not there to be able to manage properly any situation. I can't navigate well, right? And so the more I found that I go through life being in my body, the more and more it's like, there's no right or wrong. There's just choices. And no matter what choice I make, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to navigate, even if maybe some things are a little bit crappy. It's not really a bad decision. It's just kind of a choice, right? But I can navigate that. And then sometimes some choices are pretty awesome, and that's just as fun to navigate because I'm in my body. I'm there, able to receive the experience. So if you would, I'd like you to just use this healing vibration that we all have set up here today. Been working the energy for you guys to just kind of go through your little checklist. Where have you been kind of running the question, what do I do about this? What's my new normal around that? Okay, please hear this. We're never going back to the way things were. Okay, that's not how things work. Okay, we're not going to go back to exactly the way things were. Okay, even if COVID disappeared tomorrow and nobody ever got sick again, there's still so much that we've been through over this past year. There's some lessons, some scarring, some wounding. There's some joy and some successes that have happened. Nobody is going back to the way we were before. Okay? So it's always a new normal. And so whatever you've been kind of mulling over in your head or fretting, with this golden light, the Supreme Being holding space for you, giving you healing, just kind of run it through your mind like, well, what do I want to do about this? The most recent one is the mask mandate. What do I want to do? How do I want to traverse with regards to that? I know for me, right, being a pregnant mom, when that news came out, I lost it for, a good half a day. I was like, blah! Oh my God. Just as I was like, okay, this is going to be all right. We're all in a place. We're all going to cruise with the status quo. Boom. Totally changed, right? And I had to remind myself, okay, well, change is a constant. Things are always going to be changing. I have this amazing changing body where my belly is getting bigger and bigger by the moment, right? It's really cool being pregnant. You have all this relaxin. The body just gets used to change, right? Okay, change. We're doing this. This is where we're at. Validate the change. Okay, validate where we are. There's lots of confusion. I'm not sure what to do. Nobody's sure what to do. Okay, well, let me just validate that. From there, I can only control myself. I can only control the energy that's in here in my bubble. Well, let me clear some energy. Let me release. Let me get a healing from Mama Earth, from the Supreme Being. And then from there, okay, let me come back into my body. Let me be with myself. Yeah, the future is unwritten. Change is always going to be happening. I'm always going to have to navigate. This is just a different type of announcement that came out. Okay, cool, right? Took me about half a day, found my space, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to roll with it. Okay, just like I have for the past year. And no matter what happens, I'm going to figure out a way to work my way through it. Okay? Yeah. So kind of play this out for yourself, right? Do I want to wear a mask in public? Do I not? Whether I'm vaccinated or not. Do I want to get vaccinated? Do I, how do I want to be with whether there's going to be travel restrictions or not? And just let the light, let this gold supreme being energy just help guide you. You're in your body. Your body's going to give you some good information there. Do I want to participate more in social activities? Do I not? Maybe through COVID you lost track of a friend. Do I really want to bring that friendship back? What do you want? So just be with your body. If you need to wiggle your toes again or wiggle your hips in that chair, be with yourself. You don't need to go into the future mechanically leaving your body to figure out what you're going to do. That's never going to work well. It never turns out well. Be with yourself. And from there, yeah, this is what's going to work for me right now. And it might change right now. Then it might change again right now. Good. Take a deep breath in. Notice how your body is starting to get more calm. Notice how your path, or like, yeah, I may not know the exact little minutia of the details of my next steps or how things are going to look like in the next week, or if I'm going to go to that social gathering or talk to that friend or not, or if I'm going to wear a mask or get a vaccine or not, whatever, right? All of that, you may not know the exact little details of, but just notice that it's like, oh, I'm just going to confront that when the moment comes because I'm with myself. And my body wisdom, my body is going to tell me. Okay? Again, remember the point is if you're not in this level of fear hysteria that most people are in, where it's like the alarm bells are always going off, if you can just calm that by mechanically just being in your body with your body when an alarm bell goes off. A, it's not going to be that loud, but B, right, you'll be able to hear it and you'll go, oh, thank you for that message, body. Okay? All right. And here's the thing, all right? Yes, right now there are people who can affect you. Maybe you can get sick from them. Maybe you're annoyed that they're doing this or that, right? And it's very easy right now to get very caught up in what's happening around you, right? And so when you recognize, okay, I can control what's going on within me, right? Maybe that's not feeling so solid. Try the mantra, okay, everyone's doing the best they can, right? Everybody is doing the best they can. And just let that be the mantra, okay? So if you would, you're also doing the best you can. And I'd like you to start by asking the Supreme Being to just set the vibration in your body and your space. Hey, I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing pretty good. I'm making the decisions that I can make in every moment. I'm trying to be as informed and as conscious as possible. Maybe not perfect, but I'm doing the best I can. And so would you let the Supreme Being give you a healing, really letting you settle into that vibration of, I'm doing pretty darn good. And when you have permission to recognize that you're doing the best you can, it's going to be easier to validate that and recognize that with those around you. And breathe. Excellent. And from there, I'd like you to think of another person that maybe you've been in judgment of, or maybe you were just recently out somewhere and you didn't agree with how somebody was behaving or what choice they were making. Or definitely, if you feel like having the Supreme Being work on the energy of what's happening out there in the Middle East. If you would, thinking of that person or that group of people or the government or that community or that country or that level of conflict, would you go ahead and ask the Supreme Being to just put them in the light? Have them be in the light. And imagine a gold glow in that person or that culture, that country, that part of the world, where the Supreme Being can give them validation. All right, here's where you are. Through that validation, change can happen. And then have the Supreme Being just remind that person or those people that there's room for them to be in the body, to be in tune, be with themselves. There's no need to be in fear, or the type of fear that I was talking about, the I'm leaving my body, I'm ditching my body kind of fear. Really encouraging as many people on the planet through this group healing to be with their bodies, with themselves. And that way, then when the alarm bells go off, when fear really does happen, then true action can be taken. It's going to be very appropriate. It's going to help them really care for their bodies or do right by their body. And generally, when you're doing right for your body, generally that will have a ripple effect out to those bodies around you. And so as you're encouraging or having the Supreme Being give this person or these people, maybe you've moved on to another person, to get a healing from the Supreme Being, to see how the Supreme Being helps them create some space so that they can land more into their bodies. So that they too can navigate just like you are. Navigate as your own ally and with myself as I take my steps. Yeah, that's looking really good. Let's take about another minute or two. You can move on and have the Supreme Being shine more light in another part of the world or another community or another person. Having the Supreme Being validate where they're at so that the change can happen with ease, creating more space to be in the body so that aligned choices can be made. And that can be a little practice as you go through your day, where maybe you're at a store or you're out and about and you find yourself in judgment of a choice that a person's making. Just put them in the light. Ask the Supreme Being to send them some golden validation and for some space for them to be more in their body if they so choose. You can just walk around, just inviting people into the light, left and right, with the mantra, I gotcha, you're doing the best you can right now. Awesome. I'm going to do the best I can right now. I'm going to manage the energy within, try to release that judgment, maybe put myself in the light. I'm doing the best I can too. Okay? And then you just make your choices. You navigate from the body, from within the body. All right, good. Go ahead and wrap up that healing on that part of the world or the person that you're working on. Yeah, that looks really good, everyone. A lot more gold sparkles in various parts of the planet. Looks good. And then if you would, just ask the Supreme Being to give you another little mini infusion of gold. Lots and lots of validation for you as a healer, as a person who's not only trying to heal themselves, but those around them. You're doing good. Yeah. We're all doing the best we can. Go ahead and thank the Supreme Being. And if you want, you can just stay connected, stay in the light. Walk through your day connected to heaven and earth, Mama Earth, Supreme Being. Or if you want to disconnect in any way, that's perfectly fine. Whatever it is you want to do, just go ahead and wrap up your meditation for yourself. And when you're ready, go ahead and wiggle and stretch. Open your eyes, move the body around, be with the body, even as you come out of meditation. Hi, body. Hello, hello. Be with the body, be in the body, okay? And for those of you who are students, if being in the center of your head isn't working, right, try some other things. Kind of touch your body, wiggle your body, do a yoga pose, get some exercise, go on a walk, take some deep breaths, okay? And remember that you're not going to be perfect at being in your body in every single second, all right? But if I really want you guys to get one thing today, it's that when your body starts to get in that tizzy, like mild level of hysteria, panic, fear, whatever it is that you want to call it, where you're just kind of wound up, okay? You're not going to change that by thinking more about the problem, okay? You're not going to change that by getting into more drama. You're not going to change that by getting all busy out there or controlling what's happening out there or judging those around you, right? It's a pure mechanic. Just get back in the body, come back to myself. That's going to calm the adrenals, calm the cortisol levels, right? Bring you back to calm so that when the body does give you a message, yo, don't go in there, don't do that, or you should do that, whatever, you'll actually be able to hear the message. Okay? All right. Does anybody have a question? And while I'm waiting for those questions to come in, some announcements. Our next Facebook Live will be on Thursday, June 18th at 6 p.m. Colorado time. We do have a new Self-Healing 101 class starting up on Saturday, June 5th at 11 a.m. I'll be teaching that class. I always love teaching a new group of students, so please share that with your friends. Ask people to join. The more people that do this stuff, the less people you have to heal. We are having another free, we're offering free healings over the phone on Tuesday, May 25th at 6 Mountain Time. And then our next Transmedium healings will be Friday, May 28th at 5. All right, it's all on the website. All right, good. Some questions came in. Yes, Katerina. Yeah, this healing was very much specifically for everyone. For the last week, I've been really tuning into all of you guys and just really trying to get some very nice basic steps of here's how to navigate. So, all right, Julia, it's hard being sensitive to energy and being a parent. When you're really with your body, okay, and you're really tuned in, especially as a mother, and I think some fathers are pretty good at this too. And when I say that, it's really just any parent who's very tuned into their bodies, okay? Especially if your child is below a certain age, you're going to have a natural connection to that child, okay? So if you can just be tuned into your body and in that calm, not hysteria, panic feel all the time around yourself or your kids or those around you, right? You put yourself in a bubble instead of those around you, not controlling those around you. That natural connection that you have with your child, the alarm bells will go off when it is the appropriate time, okay? And you will just know through your body connection with that child, the mechanics of having that body come through you, that little child come through you, boom. You will just know, oh, I need to act, or oh, I need to do something about this right now, okay? The other thing around navigating change or navigating choices, when just being with my body isn't totally cutting it, one of the things that I'll do is I'll play with the dichotomy of, okay, well, what's the worst that would happen if I go down this road? And what's the worst that would happen if I go down this road? Okay. And from there, if I can start to get more neutral about the worst event, okay, then the choices become easy. Then there really is no right or wrong. It's just what growth path do I want to head on, right? And this is going to sound super morbid and super intense, but take a deep breath with me here, Julia, okay? One of the things that I, all the time, actually, consistently, I get challenged on this with my child, right, is the inquiry, okay? Worst that could possibly happen, right? Worst that I've ever seen happen. As a matter of fact, probably the worst experience that I've ever helped in other people or healed in other people is the loss of a child. And when a parent loses a child, it can be amazingly devastating and a huge growth path for that person. And luckily, as a psychic, I worked, or unluckily, I don't know how, somehow I manifested working with a good handful of parents who lost their children, and it's never really the right time to lose a child. But I really got to look at that energy of, okay, what happens to those parents who don't make it through that, and what happens to the parents who do? And it really is the parents who somewhere in there, they have this inner knowing like, I lost my child, but I'm still going to make it. I'm still going to be okay. This isn't going to completely take me out. And then the parents who really do lose it are the ones where they haven't kind of set that stage for themselves, right? Everything is so much about the child. They've put so much of their energy out into that child. They've left their bodies to be with that child so much that when the child leaves, they leave with them. Okay? And the parents who tend to do better with that are the ones who are the parents who are more with themselves. And they recognize, okay, I have this life that to some degree I'm responsible for, at least up until a certain age, right? And even after then, there's going to be a pretty strong connection. But they're still generally with themselves. They've been taking care of themselves, and they have this inherent knowing, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to have a lot of pain. I'm going to have a lot of grief. I'm not going to be happy, right, for a while, and I'll probably have lots of waves, but I'm going to make it. Okay? So any parent who's really struggling with that, or anybody who's looking at becoming a parent, this sounds totally morbid, but it will free you up and really create a healthier relationship with your child if you can start to come to terms with the worst. What would be the worst that could happen to my child? And can I be okay with that? Not, you probably won't be happy, but will I make it? Okay, will it take me out, or will I be able to continue? Okay, through whatever growth and healing that brings to me. Okay. Yeah, you're very welcome, Sam. Colette is asking about classes at BPI and if we're going to have in-person classes and what's going to happen with the phone classes. Colette, please hear this. I have been teaching phone classes since I think it was 2006 or 7. That was back when conference lines really, really sucked. And oh my goodness, people would drop off the line, there'd be static. I wasn't able to put people on mute, so I can't tell you how many times in the middle of a lecture the mailman would come, or somebody would talk to the FedEx guy, or they'd start talking to their boyfriend, or the dogs would bark, and I couldn't put people on mute. So people had to mute themselves, which they never did, right? Or sometimes they did and they'd want to talk and they wouldn't forget to unmute themselves. And so luckily, conference call technology is a lot better, but we've always, always, always had a phone program since 2007, 2008. I think it was 2007. We've always had a phone program. We'll always continue to have a phone program. As a matter of fact, I've actually really enjoyed putting the Enlightenment and Avatar students and even the Transmedium students, phone and Boulder together, because that gives you more people to bounce off of, more people to blow matching pictures with, right? And the limitations of the smaller phone classes and Boulder classes when we used to split them up just meant you were always kind of bouncing off of the same students all the time and not really getting that variety of pictures where you can clear from each other, right? I do see you guys as students as your own best resource, your own best teacher, because there's going to be little things or skirmishes that sometimes happen between students, and man, is that a rich environment, because you have two people who are really trying to blow their pictures, heal themselves, clear their energy. The healing just magnifies from that. So the more of you guys that can interact, the better. And I've been really noticing that magnification over the past year since I have put the Boulder and the phone students together. There's just been way more growth as a result because you guys have way more people to interact with and to get triggered by, okay, and to learn from, okay, new opinions, new ways of using the spiritual tools that we teach here. So we will always have a phone program. The question is, will we have a Boulder program again? And that, for right now, the answer is no. Okay, I'm not totally ready to open the building back up yet. Micaiah, is the center of headspace the best way to come back to your body? Exercise, what do you recommend when you're consistently not wanting to be in your body? Well, it looks like for you, Micaiah, there's levels of energy in your body of disgust around your body, of non-acceptance towards your body. And please hear this, that's not your energy. Okay? You are not disgusted by your body, but there is energy in there that has you think that. And that's what makes it difficult for you to be in your body, right? Ooh, my body is gross. Oh, my body is uncomfortable. Ooh, it smells. Ooh, it secretes weird things. Like, there's all those thoughts that kind of run through you. That's foreign energy in there. So for you, especially since you have done class, you're going to want to get that cleaned out of your space, whether you use your healing beings or you find another student and do a trade, or you come to the healings that we offer and you have the healers work on that and help you to clear that level of, I'm just going to call it disgust with your body. Okay. Exercise is going to be good. Of course, there's some great physical things that you can do. What you want to do is you want to have a bit of a toolkit. Like, here are the 10 things that can generally bring me back into my body when I'm out. Okay. And you want to go through those tools until you hit one. Number 4 did it. Awesome. Right. Okay. It's always the last one. But once you hit it, boom, I've done it. Okay. So you just want your bag of tricks. Okay. Julia is saying that she won't have as much alone time once she has kids. Julia, let me just say that is an unconscious mock-up. Is that how you want to mock up being a parent? Right? For me, right, my mock-up is we all get our autonomy. We all have our own space. Okay? And so my son has really learned to just kind of do his thing, right? He's not necessarily like, mom, 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 mom. I actually hung out with a bunch of friends recently, and, they were, one of my friends actually said, oh, isn't that cute? Before I had kids, I would see kids running to their moms going, mom. And I thought, oh, how wonderful that would be to be a mom and have my kids going, mom, 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 mom. And now she's a mom going, oh my God, right? I'm not into that. Okay. And that, if you will, is a parent who hasn't necessarily set their mock up, right? Or set their intention or the vibration of, this is how I want this to go. Okay. I would like it to go this way. Right. So my son and I, we have this beautiful understanding. He does his thing, I do my thing. And when the timing's right, we both convene, right? And we both give each other lots of hugs and loves and kisses. And then there's that space to then go away, right? Okay, so be conscious, Julia, of how are you setting things up, right? Is that really what you want? Okay, you can have your cake and eat it too. You can have kids and have alone time. It can happen. Yes. All right. Yeah, I hear you, Leah. I went through a little bit of a roller coaster with regards to the new, CDC mask requirements, and work your way through it. Use the tools, right? Follow those steps that I gave you today. All right, and again, just be with your body. You'll know, your body will tell you, okay, what's safe, what's gonna work, what's gonna keep you healthy. Mentally, emotionally, physically, all of those. Your body will tell you. Sam, I don't have an answer for that just yet. For right now, no. With regards to the building here in Boulder, it really is up to the staff. If any of them are interested in teaching, I'm happy to let them do that, but that's not where I sit. I personally don't want to be lecturing with a mask. Yeah, right? So, Julia, you just got to get your mom out of your space. When you do that, tell me how you did it. Just joking. Uh, that is one of the biggest challenges everybody has is how do you get your mom out of your space, right? And when you do that, then you're going to find that working with your own kids is going to be a very different situation. Okay. All right, everyone. I think I have answered all of the questions that you guys have. Julia, that's your mom that's coming through your dad. Yes, that is how that can work. All right. Thank you guys for being here. I'm always here for you guys. If you need to shoot me an email, you have a question, just let me know. I will see you guys all in class or at the next Facebook Live or at the next event. Thank you for being here again. Remember, be with your body. Hi, body. Be with the body. Be with the body. And you will always make the right decision as long as you do that. All right? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Happy Friday.